Diane, you been okay? How you doing? They call it a night. Like you've been running around all over the place. I was working on this camera. I finally got this camera switched over. Right, appreciate that, old she devil. Sandy, how y'all doing tonight? Oh, I'm good. Mean as ever. You know, I don't think that's ever going to change. Hello, Timmy Ray. Right, hurry back, Diane. Funny feeling I ain't going to be all right in the morning. After that little fiasco with Rocky today. No, not get any rain here. We need some. You could sure use some of that rain. And it's weird listening to Ava and some more people talking about they were in a freeze warning tonight. Not ready for that. Yeah, y'all usually get a little bit more rain than we do up here. I'm in Central Texas now. Down on the coast, they get last 3 or 4 days have been nice here. Dude, I guess you made a safe trip back from M22. I am not ready for that cold. Hey, Cookie, how you doing, bud? Yeah, all in the spring. Nice time in Texas. Yep, it is that. So, Jazz, how you doing, girl? Guess I miss Michael Ann when you come out here. You know, Miss Michael Ann. Wow, just, just chat or jump. A lot of times I'll see somebody say hello and I'll have to go all the way to the top to see them. Wow, busy time of year to go. And Cookie, I got a friend of mine that works for a company. And last winter they sent him to Minnesota. Got there for 2 months. He said there ain't nowhere in hell Texas boy is supposed to be in Minnesota in the winter. I gotta sort of agree with you. That 3 winters I spent up there in Elkhart was enough for me. Yeah, it's 70 degrees right here. Ooh, yeah, Kat's a great gal. She just full of meanness. That's all. Love, I don't believe you made it first tonight. Way behind the eight ball. Oh, did you see that too, Diane? How you doing, girl? Oh, where you been up to, gal? Ain't seen you in a pretty good while. Hello, Mike. You just too slow tonight, love, or today. Big Cookie was going around collecting hugs from everybody. Well, all the women anyway. I don't blame you a bit. Cookie, I'd have been right in line with you. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in. Don't stay away so long. We'll do it, Miss Ashley. Do all right. Old fairy dust. Yeah, hopefully I'm back. Yeah, I rebooted that hotspot, so maybe that'll stop jumping in and out. Bad time of the night. Settle down a little bit now, man. Well, I tell you one thing. After Rocky got into it with that German Shepherd today, he's been staying plenty close. I don't know if I can stand up now. He was doing pretty good until I was chasing Rocky. I believe that knee's quite ready to run anymore. I did, but I shouldn't have. I don't. Yeah, Rocky's okay. Got one little old scratch. He could outrun that German Shepherd. It's my buddy here. Imagine that German Shepherd not gonna like me too well. Finally did get to him. Rocky headed for the house, you know, my trailer. I got there and Rocky finally bowed up at him. They were sort of in a standoff. When I got there, I kicked that dog about 15 foot sideways. And I broke his ribs for a minute. He left. He went back to the house. Yeah, yeah. Rocky's okay. He Just shook him up. I think that's the first time anything really got on him. And he's just a happy-go-lucky little dog. He don't he don't want to fight anybody. Have a good night, Timmy Ray. That German Shepherd, he might need to get a handle on him. Real hard-headed. German Shepherds are pretty territorial. No, they've been running a fence, Rocky outside and German Shepherd inside, a month. Just they run back and forth up and down that fence and play. Get you some sleep then, Ray. No, he turned around and bowed up finally about the time I got there. When I booted that German Shepherd, he come on to me then. Yeah, it just depends on how you train them German Shepherds. They can't get meaner than that. When I was in the service, I got in all kind of trouble over German Shepherd. A friend of mine was K9, and they had a German Shepherd that was just a cracker jack booby trap dog. My buddy went on leave. They had that dog trained up. I come walking to that camp, and I'd worked with that dog a little bit with my buddy. And I looked up, and he done got off that chain, and here he comes. He jumped at my throat. He was that dog was man. He was trying to take you down. I got my one arm up under his chin, the other around the back of the neck, and I broke his neck good. They want to charge me $16,000 to retrain a dog. I think so. Usually, shepherds they're neat dogs, they're real protective, and the higher you train them, the crazier they get. You take one that's just a house dog, let time he'll never give you any trouble. It's funny about a dog. Dog muscles are made to pick up on his neck, and not made to push down. And get one of the neck, chin, and one behind their neck. You can break the dog's neck with just a heartbeat. About the only one. I don't, probably wouldn't try it on the rock. Just a rambling gal, ain't you, Cat? Yeah, that's what they claim it costs to train it. So they're gonna find me that. I don't know. We're gonna go to court over them. They don't like getting up on them big dogs. General stuff that go to a major court. Of course, I've taken a chance. If I'd lost, I've been in trouble then. But I knew pretty well that I wouldn't lose. That's what they wanted. And I knew it was probably inflated a little bit, but my commanding officer didn't want that on his record losing that dog. Yeah, well, that's politics in the army. Had to play the game. Some people would just roll over and let them go ahead and do the Article 15. Been paying for a long time. Yes, Cat, sure appreciate you coming in. I know you're working hard, so we do appreciate you coming by and saying hello. Cat, is the dust off them beans as bad as it is off that maize? Yeah. And the military, like up here at the VA, you got a dog that's working with them. I know it. I used to have to go out and work on one of them things first thing in the morning. You hit it with a hammer and all that dust falls down all over, down the crack of your butt and everywhere else. I think the maze was working for another guy when I was young. One thing, me and him had a pretty good discussion on one time. When I worked on one of them combines first thing in the morning, I come back to the shop. So when I said, I'll be back in a little bit. Where you going? I'll take go take a shower. Well, he just threw a fit. One had went and took a shower, and next time he come up, they had another one that they need to fix. Yeah, feather duster ain't gonna do much on that. Next time they had one come up, they had to go fix first thing in the morning. I told them this. Now, you don't want me to go taking a shower? I ain't working. He didn't have anybody else to do what I could do. Got a little understanding after that. That was standard procedure. 30 minutes of tacking on a job or going taking a shower. Ain't like working on them things anyway. Somebody want to come up tonight? Hello, Jaws. How you doing, Captain? Well, I finished out the last of my ribs tonight. I never was real bashful. Didn't say too much. When I said it, I meant it. Yeah, but I didn't see it. When did you send it, Scott?
Hey, hey,
Hey, dude, how you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
I can't complain.
Oh, shit. What did I do now? I done touched something and messed it up.
I don't know. You sound good and look good. I mean, as good as you can look.
Oh, there we go. I had something else on the screen besides y'all. Hey, Diane. Hey,
I
Fairy
hadn't,
Dale.
I hadn't checked it today. Jaws, I'll have to go look. Hey,
Hey, Michael Ann.
hello, Verna. How you doing, girl? Sound like you had a pretty good time at M22.
I did. I mean, it was bookended by the trips to Mayo, but we had a good time. Got to see Foxy got to see Bree for the first time in 9 months.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Stan.
Hey, Stan. It has been a while, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, I might have been a month or so since I've seen Stan.
I think it might have been longer than that since I seen him. I seen him earlier today and said hello to him, but it had been a while before then.
I'll tell you what, them dogs are something else, aren't they?
Oh, dude, they're the greatest. They're the most wonderful thing in the world. They're the one example of unconditional love that we have on this planet.
Yep. Hello, Linda Barker.
Hey, Linda. Hey, Dee. How are you?
Hello, Miss Fox Van D. How you doing, girl? I tell you what, there's a song out that sort of a spoof, but it's I want you to love me like my dog does.
I know
And
that song. There's another one out there that I believe it was David Allen Coe that sang it. Said, when I come back, I want to be my dog.
yeah. Well, I got a short I'm fixing to put out on Rocky, and he's all sprawled out on a pillow up here. He he gets on the bed and lays just like a person. He just put his head on the pillow, you know. And I'm gonna title that thing "A Dog's Life." You know, you talk about a dog's life. They feed you, they pet you, they water you, buy you toys, even bring a female around once in a while.
Hell, they even bathe you.
Yeah. Um, they worth it though. You know, that little pup of mine died for a couple. I wasn't gonna get another for a couple months. I went without one, and I got boy. I get to thinking about it. you just miss having them around. And
Well, I
so,
tell you, my last one I lost in 2011, and had him for about 9 years, and he was a long-haired wiener dog. Boy, that was the most stubborn dog I ever had to train in my life. It took 3 years to train him. 3 years in a crate before he would not shit in the house.
hmm,
He was the stubbornest little damn dog I ever seen in my life.
this little bulldog, Boston Terrier, uh, he never has messed up in this house except one time when he was sick.
Yeah.
Got diarrhea. They can't help that. But,
No, they can't.
and I got him when he was 7 weeks old. But
Well,
he never.
Boston Terriers are not notorious for being hard to train.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they're easy to train.
How you doing, Jessica?
Dachshunds are notorious for being hard to train.
Hello, Miss Ann J. How you doing, girl?
Hey, Ann.
This little dog here, uh, every once in a while, I'll have to get on him a little bit. I can just pick a piece of paper up, slap my hand about 3 times, and that's it.
Well, I tell you what, this dog I got right now, Foxy, she's about the most well-behaved dog that I've ever seen in my life. Bree gave me the ultimate dog right here. I mean, she did. This dog is perfect. She's never once offered to use the bathroom in the house. Just don't take her to Home Depot. She's going to shit every time. I've taken her to Home Depot 3 times. Every time she's popped a squat in that sucker.
I'll be down. Something in the smell in that place.
I don't know what it is, but she does it every time. Took her to Lowe's twice. She didn't do anything.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Those places do have a different smell from the kind of lumber they get in, all the chemicals.
I don't know what the smell was, but the smell at Home Depot said, take a shit for Foxy.
But I tell you what, for a long time, Lowe's, I couldn't stay in Lowe's more than 15 or 20 minutes. Man, it'd get where I was hard to breathe in there.
Really?
Yeah. And something that it's not that way anymore. Whatever it was, they don't handle anymore. Hello, Amy. How you and your ribs getting along, girl? You ought to be settling down a little bit by now.
Wait a minute. Is that Amy? Hey,
Yeah.
girl, I ain't seen you in forever. How you doing?
She fell and messed and pulled a bunch of ribs loose.
Oh, no. No. Don't do that.
It takes a long time, man. Usually it's about 2 weeks to where you can't hardly stand it if you tear them up pretty good.
Are you talking about getting your ribs busted up? Oh, that's the worst.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like back when they did that surgery on me in 2017. The surgery didn't hurt that much. It was where they put that tube in between my ribs that freaking hurt. It's like, that son of a bitch hurt. I'm like, God damn, did you use a freaking hammer and a freaking anvil to get the freaking tube in there or what?
I'm not squeamish about blood or anything else. When I was over in they had a nobody got shot through the chest. And
Yeah.
it healed up and everything was all right, except he started getting fluid in his lungs.
Yeah.
And they had to take a needle and go in between his ribs and go into the bottom of that lung to drain it.
Yeah.
And I was helping that doctor do it. And the damn needle about as big around that cigarette that they go in with.
Yeah. It's not
And
small.
they went in there about to say, you know what I'm talking about. They went in and they had to punch that guy about 3 or 4 times because it it was
They're
stop up.
pulling fluid off.
Yeah, and but it was so thick it was stopping that needle up. And I got dizzier and I thought I was going to pass out. I finally just knelt down on one knee. And when I was handing that doctor stuff and getting the Novocaine for him. And I told him, I said, he said, you going to pass out? I said, no. As long as I get my head down, I'm all right. But you just tell me what you need and I'll give it to you and then he get my head back down. That's the only time that ever happened to me. And I don't
Well,
know what.
I tell you what, when I was 21 years old, my daughter was being born. I was in Hawaii at Triple Army Medical Center. And I'm back there watching this girl's head come out of the canal and everything. And that doctor goes, "Oh, shoot, we need to make things work better here." And he went to stabbing a needle in there to numb things up. And then without any warning, he shoved a pair of them freaking scissors down there and put a cut in there. And I was just like, oh, shit. I damn near fell on the floor right there. I
Yeah.
was like, those holes are not supposed to connect, Doc.
When I blew this thumb off, it was sort of funny. I got a pretty high pain tolerance. And I guess it's from getting burned well in all my life, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I blew that thumb off. Well, once a week I was going in and they were having to build a new cast for that hand.
Yeah.
And I walked in there and I never said a word. I let them work on it. And he started putting that cast on it one day, and I don't know what was different. He bumped that thumb, and I like to come off the table. And he kept fooling with it and hit it 3 or 4 times. And finally, I reached and caught his hand. Whoa. He said, what is it? I said, you need to stop. I got to take a break for a second. He said, well, I don't like much being through. I said, you don't understand. You hurt me one more time, and I'm going to knock your ass out of that chair.
Yeah.
And he said, well, man, you never said a word before. I said, I don't know what's different. But I reached in his coat. I reached and got my jacket and threw it over my shoulder. I said, I'm going outside to smoke a cigarette. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. He said, oh, no, man. I'm telling you, unless you got an iron jaw, you do not want to do this. I walked outside and smoked a cigarette and stood around for a minute, went back in there and threw my hand down. I said, okay, get with it. And I was fine then. But I had reached that point where I was super sensitive or something, and I would have done it. I'd have knocked him out of that chair.
Well, I tell you what, in 2017, when I went to the ER and they did that bronchioscopy on me where they go up into your nose and down into your lungs and they poke around and find whatever's causing issues. Well, when they were doing that, and that woman said, that pulmonologist, she said, you're not going to remember none of this. Well, 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in her office and I said, I remember every damn bit of it. She said, no way. I said, yeah. I said, I remember you laughing with the girl that was sitting there laughing at me saying he's not going to remember none of this. And then you freaking take the little biopsy thing and squirt the water down into my lungs. And then I start coughing the water back up all over everybody. And I said, I remember every bit of that. And then she realized that I did. And she goes, oh, shit. You need to make sure the anesthesiologists know that you remember that shit. Because they wanted to make sure I was out for the surgery.
When they did this cataract on me, well, they they didn't deaden that eye hardly any at all. They tried
Yeah.
to, but I got a pretty good tolerance for that stuff. And after we got through, I said, "Okay, we got to do that other one here one of these days." I said, "But you put a note in there that you didn't numb that damn eye. I feel everything you were doing." Okay. So they put it on my chart. Yeah, you just crazy. And you
So
know,
the next time you went in there, you couldn't feel half your head for 3 days, right?
well, I had my COVID caught me about in the middle of it, so I haven't been back yet. Need to.
Yeah.
Them headlights at night are getting tough.
But you know what was funny is because they do those scans on me every 6 months, they knew I had gallstones going into the pandemic, and they had me referred to the surgery center. And then the pandemic broke out, and so the surgery center called me up and said, "You're not having any symptoms?" Like, well, no, not yet. Yeah, we're not doing surgery until you start having symptoms. I'm like, okay. So I just put it off. Well, about Thanksgiving of last year, I started having problems. So they did the surgery for the gallbladder the Monday after Thanksgiving or the Monday after Christmas in 2021. Or no, 2020. And well, that was a doozy of a surgery. You know, gallbladder, you usually think that's 45 minutes and you're done, right?
It just depends.
Yeah, I spent 7 hours in the operating room. Had the main surgeon worked on me for 3.5 hours on one side. And then when she got, or whenever her colleague got through with his surgeries for the day, he came and put the other orthoscopic instruments in my other side and worked on me from the other side. And they both worked on me for another 3.5 hours. So I was in surgery for 7 hours for gallbladder.
Damn, bro.
The next morning, the surgeon come in and said, "I have taken out over 2,500 gallbladders. Yours is number 2 on the most difficult."
Well, you know, Kenny was pretty lucky on
He
his, but
was.
even now though, Kenny didn't think there was going to be much to it. I already was hoping there was, but it's
Yeah.
like Kenny will go to sleep now a lot of the time and miss this chat. And before he'd be up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. People don't realize that when you get put to sleep, it takes a hell of a lot out of it.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But I tell you that gallbladder surgery, you know, it was tougher on me than anything. It was the toughest surgery that I've been through. I mean, it literally took probably 5-6 weeks to get over it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
But
my
you know what's
mom.
funny though, Ron, in 2017, they took out my lower right lobe on a Friday, and I was home on Sunday.
Depending on what kind of
Two
shape your
freaking
body's
days.
in. Yep. It just depends on what kind of shape your body's in.
I
You know,
guess.
my mom had some kidney stone, and boy, they laid her open from here to there. You know, and it took her a year to get over. Of course, she was on up in age. I had an aunt that was 2 years older, and she had that same surgery done about 2.5 months later, and they just come out with that Band-Aid surgery.
Huh.
And in 2 weeks, she was running around like she ain't never had nothing done, you know. And so it just depends on what they got to do.
Well, the funny thing is when they did the lung surgery on me, they didn't do that laparoscopically. I mean, they cut me open for that. And like I said, they cut me open on a Friday, and I was home on Saturday or Sunday. With that gallbladder, now they cut me open on it was a Monday. I think it was Thursday before I got home.
They do some amazing things.
Yeah.
And like I say, everybody's body handles stuff different. You know,
Oh yeah.
really makes. That was one thing I saw overseas. I saw guys come in there that blow all to hell. I mean, just
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
And the suckers would come through it just blazing saddles, and be cutting them going on with the nurses in a day. And then I've seen kids come in there that were 19 years old, good shape, and some little something would be wrong with them and just lay down and die. Didn't make any sense. And a lot of the will to live and that kind of stuff has got a whole lot to do with it.
It does. It does. Has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you're not willing to fight, there's not a whole lot of help for you.
No.
If you're going to give up, your body's going to let you.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Mike, don't run off, man. And come on back anytime you take a notion.
All right. Have a good night, Mike.
Yeah, they wanting on this knee of mine. They took and thinking about I forget what the hell they call that minor in your knee. They were gonna go in there and just trim me up. They're gonna do a knee replacement, or they're just gonna put a brace
The one where they go in there and clean up all the calcium deposits.
Well, this was that minor, the meniscus.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's different.
But when I went in there, well, they took and checked my knee, and I was lucky that doctor got COVID. So they didn't do anything to that knee for about 6 weeks. He went in there and he said, "I can't believe how much better your knee is. You're walking." And I said, "Well, as long as I watch what I'm doing, I'm all right." And last time I went in and talked to him, he was supposed to make his mind up about what he was going to do. And he messed around and said, "We're going to give this thing another month." I said, "You're doing good." He said, "I would have, if you'd have asked me 2 months ago, I'd have told you fixing to have a new." And
I
now,
tell you what, every one of them I've ever known has always told me avoid the knee replacements as long as you can. And I've been pretty lucky. Lucky. I haven't had any issues skeleton wise.
that deal there, if that knee been tore up, that leg been tore up, and just been shot through that leg. I've had shrapnel through it. I had a piece of steel shoved to it one time. Uh,
Yeah.
had that knee tore up a couple times. It sort of got a muscle that goes from your kneecap to your groins are gone. And, so that leg is sort of on the short end of the stick anyway. But
Yeah. I
far,
tell you what, something that's funny is my grandfather was 91, 92 years old and got in a car wreck. And he says something was not right about his knee. And said something was in his knee. We all thought he was crazy. And I took him to the doctor, and the doctor did a scan on his legs. And he said, "Well, I don't know what it is, but there's something in his knee." And come to find out, back in the 70s, he was driving a roll pin into the part of the linkage for a D9 Caterpillar dozer. And when he was driving that roll pin in there, it popped out of the shaft that he was driving into and embedded in his knee and was in there for 20 something years or 30 something years. And then whenever he had that car wreck, it dislodged and they noticed it. And that darn thing had been in there for 30 plus years.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, one of the craziest ones I ever had, I like to bow fish. And a lot of the time on the carp, you'll get out in the water and wade, knee deep water. The carp will come, big carp will come up in there. And I got out there one day and was doing that. There were some mesquites that sort of flooded. There was some mesquites in there. And I bumped a mesquite tree. And I felt it stick me on the knee. I backed up, didn't think nothing about it. About 2 days, boy, my knee was swelling up. And he got, well, I couldn't put a pair of jeans on. It was so bad. Finally, I went to the doctor and told him what was going on. Of course, that wood, it won't show up on X-ray.
Now, wood will not show up on an X-ray. You're right.
They messed with it there and got to hit me with antibiotics, and it just kept getting worse. Finally, I told them, I said, I'm not allergic to penicillin. They hit me with penicillin pretty strong, and it still kept and turning blue.
I tell you what, Ron, if they ever want to give you this drug called Rocephin, run.
Well, they cut my knee open, that same knee open 3 different times. Dug around in there, couldn't find anything. And one day, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, I was working on a truck bed. And we'd tack some little tabs up so the stuff wouldn't slide and make it real sharp. I crawled up on that truck bed and sort of slid on that slick steel. When I come down right on that knee on one of those tabs.
Ooh.
I got up and walked in there and pulled them jeans off, and it went through my jeans and into my knee. And I looked, I could see something. I reached out that knee and squeezed that knee. All kind of crap come out of there, and here come that mosquito thorn about a half inch long, popped out of it.
Yeah.
So you don't never know how it's gonna work.
No. You're lucky it only took that long. Usually it takes a few days to get the fester in there before you can pop it out.
Well, this was over a period of about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I was going to tell you, I can't tell you the number of times I've gotten a thorn in my somewhere in me, and I just got to deal with it for 2 or 3 weeks until that sucker festers enough where it's going to pop out.
yeah, no human body will do a lot of things. It can come back from a lot of things.
Yeah.
And Jay, there ain't nothing no rougher than working in a nursing home. Oh, Carl.
Working in a nursing home is
On your head now.
It's hard work. It is, but there's a lot of jobs that are hard work. But working in a nursing home, it's disheartening to see what we do to our people.
And even in a good one, it's a hard deal.
It is. It is. It's like last year, whenever I was supposed to go to M21, and my mom fell and broke her leg. She was, she did rehab at a nursing home. And I knew that the key to her getting good care while she was there was I had to go in there and kiss their ass and make them think that I was their best friend in the world. So they cared about my mother. That's just one of those things you got to do.
Yeah, one of them deals.
Yeah. It's not fun, but you got to do it.
Yeah. I got a brother-in-law, my sister's in a nursing home right now, and he's always raising his hand with them people about turn it down.
No, that's your worst. That's the worst idea you can do right there.
I called him up the other day, and I said, "Let me tell you something." I said, "You need to shut your damn mouth."
Yeah.
You give them a hard time, they're gonna give her a hard time when you leave, and you're not up there 24.
Exactly. That's the truth right there.
I got his face pretty heavy, and
And you gotta be nice to them. You gotta kiss their ass. You gotta make them think they're your best friend so that they feel some emotion for your family member.
yeah, it's just not a good deal.
No.
That's a hard job, and there's a lot of people that you see today that you know not going to be there tomorrow.
Oh no. No.
I I couldn't do it. I was a medic over in Vietnam. I saw too much over
No, it's a thankless job. It really is.
there. I can walk in a hospital now, a nursing home, any medical facility, and just the smell of it, my blood pressure will go jump 20 bam, like that. And I just saw too much
Diane, there's a lot of you. There's a lot of you out there that's like that. I'm not saying there's not. The majority of the people that work in, you know, the nursing homes and the critical care facilities, they care. They truly do. But if you got a family member that's coming in there and giving you a bunch of shit all the freaking time, you're not going to be as caring about their family member, or at least most people are not. If you're one of the people that can rise above that and step above it, more power to you. My hat's off to you. Most people are not.
of it. Jay, how you doing, girl? You hit 51. You just a pup. You ain't even got going good yet, girl. I tell you what, that's weird. I can't believe I'm old as I am. To do what I do, I can't complain.
Oh shit, Ron. I've made 53, and I'll be honest. As much as I drove in my life, I never thought I'd see 40. So
I saw
I'm
a couple,
happy. I'm happy
couple
with every day I get up with.
I saw a few days that I didn't think I was going to get up the next morning. And that'll change your attitude. You get you to the point. You appreciate it in the morning. And the first thing they ask you when you go on the VA for anything, if you're thinking about suicide or you thinking about hurting yourself or somebody else, hell, it's too damn hard to get here. But that is
Now,
a big problem.
they always ask me that too, Ron, and I always tell them, don't ask me at 9:30 in the morning in traffic, because that's the worst time.
Yeah, before that first cup of coffee, don't even
Oh
ask me.
God,
Ask me
no,
nothing.
no. I don't even want to
Oh,
see people before that first cup.
the, my wife, before she passed away, she was the kind of person that got up in the morning in the best mood she was in all day, just talking and cutting up and going on. And when I get up in the morning, until I got that first cup, I don't even say have good morning, you know. And she used to just aggravate the living hell out of me because she knew it was that way. And she just got her rocks off laughing at me.
I'll be honest with you, Ron. I would love your wife because me and her would get along in the morning time.
That was my
I can get up in the morning times, and my friends that don't like the mornings, I can drive them insane.
oh, she would. God almighty. And then it got to be a joke. We hunted on deer lease down there. And the whole crew down there just sit there and watch the show with them. You know, it would be like, yeah, 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 yeah. Shut up and leave me alone. You know, and she's a trip now. Woo.
I tell you what, you can ask somebody that we both know, and she can tell you what it's like waking up with Dale. Ask Bree. She will tell you that some bitch needs to sleep some more.
Well, I never have been at work. It just takes me a moment.
I wake up with both shoes on, ready to run. I do.
I wake up and try to open one eye to get to the coffee pot.
Now, I will say this. I do go straight for the coffee pot right away, immediately. I usually drink my first cup in the shower.
Usually I'll go sit down at the table. I don't want damn computer on, nothing else. And
I
I'll sit there
usually,
and drink.
I usually go get in the shower.
I'll drink that first cup. A shower just aggravates the shit out of me when I first wake up, excuse my brain. After I've been up 30 minutes, then it's great.
I don't know. There's something about a good hot cup of coffee with the shower. Spray it on your back. Pretty
That is
freaking good.
That's what he does. He put a shower in that's about 6.5 foot wide. Putting a big ass shower like that in. He said, "Oh man," said, "I'll light a cigarette, have my coffee, and be laying in the floor in that shower every morning."
Sounds like a pretty good time right there.
Oh, funny what I think I got during some rough times in my life. I had to hit the ground running, and be in a stressful situation when you got there, and you know, I think that's just me being stubborn and not wanting to do that no more.
Well, I guess it depends on the situation. I mean, you've been in some pretty stressful ones, so not gonna knock any of them.
It just my dad used to laugh when me and him were partners in that business. We'd get together and drink coffee every morning, 7 o'clock, opened up at 8. And we'd be sitting there cutting up and going on. I'd get up and start walking out about 5 to 8. He's just half a block from where I work. And my dad used to laugh. He said, "You sit there and just cut up and go on and relax." But said 5 minutes before it's time to go to work, you get out that door picking a head of steam up. Said you put 110% out. And then when it quitting time came, I turned the key off, walked out, and forgot about it. And he never could do that. He carried it home.
I tell you what, I don't have any trouble forgetting about work when I walk out that front door.
I don't need it. And if I do have trouble with it,
I ain't
I'll
gonna
get
be
up,
working there long.
or I'll get up and go back to work. If I have something that's bugging me, I picked up and went back to work at 10 o'clock at night. Or I had a problem I was trying to work out or something. And but I'm not going to take it home and lay there and worry about it.
Oh no, no, no. I mean, if you can fix it, fix it.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if
I
I
mean,
could even do it anymore.
that's the thing about the job I do right now. It's like when I'm the, it's not physically demanding. I mean, it's all paperwork mostly, but if all I'm doing is the paperwork side of things, I'm not getting out there and traveling, going to the sites. I don't really enjoy the job. I want to be on the road, traveling out in the field, seeing the sights.
When I was pulling them RVs for that 3 years, I really enjoyed that because you really didn't get to talk to the people in the office for 5 minutes once a day,
Yeah.
maybe 5 minutes, and just report in. And otherwise, you set your own pace and did your own thing. Saw a lot of things, and that was a pretty cool job in the fact that you got paid going out. got paid pretty good money going out. But then they didn't like for you to take that long, but you didn't have to be back for 2 weeks. And I had a capital camper on the back of that one ton, and we decided we wanted to go to a glacier thing. We just book a load someplace out in Oregon or Washington or something like that, and come back there and spend a week in glacier, before we headed back. But didn't have to poop in people much.
Was you doodle bugging?
I went to work for a company up there in Elkhart where they ship those trailers, all these RVs.
Oh, okay.
And we were pulling RVs in. Every one of them RVs, somebody got to pull them in. They too big to ship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They'll put them on 18-wheelers, but not many of them.
Well, nah, they can't put the big ones on there. They're too tall.
Yeah. No, not the big ones. The big ones you got to tow individually.
And but that was a pretty good gig. And, I put 325,000 miles Dodge pickup in 28 months. And I saw a lot of country. Somebody can talk about going someplace, and seeing someplace, and I've just about been there. My traveling now is I want to go someplace and stay 2 or 3 days to where I can see what I miss.
Diana spent 2 weeks in Elkhart. I thought it was kind of nice. But I was at Miller Telecom. I don't even know if they exist anymore. That was back 99, 98.
Yeah, it is the nasty end of the state, getting close to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to hear something funny, Ron? Okay. Last year in 2021, when Bree was driving with her trailer across the country to go to M21.
Good night, Ann. Good night, Michael.
2 people, myself and Mayhem RV, both told her, whatever you do not frickin' stop in Gary, Indiana. Where the hell does she stop for gas? Frickin' Gary, Indiana. Oh, God.
That's right, where the rectal thermometer gets put in.
Huh?
I said, that's right, where the rectal thermometer gets put.
Exactly. That's exactly where it goes.
Lord.
Although I often said that Gary was the armpit, New Orleans was the asshole.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Detroit, Gary, all right up through there. That's good. I never did like to run up through there.
Yeah, but Detroit and Gary's on other sides of the state.
Yeah, but they're both about the same. Detroit is pretty bad too.
Yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time in Detroit. Luckily, our office is in White Lake.
Man, I'm sitting here thinking, you talking about Mayhem RV.
Yeah, Jeff.
Where was it? Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember where the location was?
For Mayhem?
Yeah.
He lives in Illinois.
No. That Mayhem RV. Seemed like there was an RV company that we pulled from.
No, that's a YouTuber that I know in Illinois.
Okay, well there was an RV place somewhere around Elkhart that was called that.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Okay.
I know there's a guy on YouTube here called Mayhem RV. He's a friend of mine. And Bree, in fact, he was in Michigan with me and Bree. Like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and his name is Jeff. but he goes by Mayhem RV on YouTube. And he's a good guy. You would like him. You'd enjoy him.
You know, there's a lot of really nice people in this little group of folks that we sort of hang around together. They,
Good night, Angie.
hello, Angie. How you doing, girl?
Hey, Angie.
They, out of all the people I know on here, there's a couple I don't particularly care for, and it's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just their personality and my personality just sort of rub each other the wrong way. But for
Yeah, I mean that's life. It happens.
And nothing wrong with them. It's just they.
Yeah. No, it is what it is.
But other than that, everybody in here is just pretty easy going.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't put up with much in here between Angie, between Diane and Janice. Somebody gets that line in here, I don't have to do nothing but just sit there and watch. They work them wrenches over now.
I'll be honest with you. There ain't nobody in here ever wrenched me. They've always been nice to me.
Well, I kicked you out of here the first time I got on.
Yeah, but that was on accident, Ron.
Yeah.
That wasn't even real.
Yeah, that cat jumped and I thumped you.
I remember that.
Then I didn't know enough about it how to take it off. Then I think Kenny finally.
It was Kenny and Bree. Kenny and Bree helped you unblock me.
That was funny. I felt bad about it, but it just.
Oh hell! It takes a lot more than that to get under my skin. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Angie, how you doing, girl? Yeah, I like people, but you probably see me go to these meetups and then disappear for a while, a few times during the day. You know, and sort of, sort of a loner a lot of the time, and I enjoy people. In fact, we got that one coming up here pretty shortly here in Texas at Lollapalooza.
I tell you, Lollapalooza is one I wouldn't mind going to.
Good folks there. I met a lot of good folks there last year.
But I'll be honest with you, Ron. There's about 2 people left on YouTube that I would travel to meet. You and Blind Views are the only 2. Everybody else I've already met.
I'm Blind Views. I met him there at Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Fanatic. I met him. C-Dubs. I just and everybody's all in a good mood, you know, because I was going on Met Badge there. And I met a lot of people at that little thing, and there's not that many people there. There's probably 50 or 60 people altogether.
Yeah, it sounds about like M22 was.
Met Strong's Adventure, Billy, character. But, you know,
Well, Diane, I hope I get to choose to meet you. Same with you, She-Devil.
and I don't know if me and Diane can stay in the same room. We love to kill each other.
Oh, y'all keep each other at a distance, but y'all love each other.
we pick on each other so much.
I know.
Somebody think we're mad at each other.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I wonder about y'all. There you go. I got to fix a drink.
Yeah, Janice, you need to get back over here some kind of way.
Foxy, what are you doing, girl? Huh? What are you doing, girl?
Let me see Foxy. I ain't never seen Foxy.
You ain't never seen Foxy?
No.
I could have swore you have. Hold on. Let me put her up. Hold on. Come here, girl. Come here. She can be a little bit dramatic. So,
She's a female, isn't she?
yeah,
Well, that just goes with the turf.
she's a miniature Australian Shepherd.
Well, now, is this a dog that Bree was talking about was real scared and skittish when she first got her?
No, that was Petey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Petey's still kind of skittish and scared. Uh, Now Foxy's not young. She just turned 10 in August. But she's a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. They know. I was
Oh,
messing around here the other day, straightening stuff up on his desk, being too damn lazy. I've got an office chair that I keep that on the computer out of, and
she's adorable.
had some stuff on the counter behind me, and I turned around and leaned, and I leaned just a little bit too far, and I guess I hit just the split between them legs that was just perfect. Anyway, the damn chair turned over.
Oh, Angie, you and Fairy Dust have met her, so I hope y'all think she's cute.
But when I turned that chair over, Rocky was right there, just licking me in the face, and he knew I wasn't supposed to be on the floor. It's funny how them dogs pick up on
Oh, they ain't stupid. They know what they're doing.
Oh, Lord. Diane, if I didn't pick on you, you'd think I was mad at you.
Hold on, Fox.
I guess Kenny went to sleep again.
Come here, girl. Oh. Let's see if I can get her. Come on.
Well, I'll have to say this, Diane. When I got Rocky, my Yorkie was sort of laid back. She was old. She was like 14 or something. And the Yorkies are not just real playful dogs anyway. And when I decided I want to get another dog and went to looking for Boston Terriers, one of the reasons I wanted a Boston Terrier because they're full of piss and vinegar. I mean, they're wired.
Yeah, they are at that.
And but they also real loving little dogs. And I damn sure got one that was full of piss and vinegar. He's got two speeds. That's running full blast, sleeping. There ain't no in between. He's been good for me, Rocky.
I tell you, this little Foxy's been good for me. Ain't no doubt about that.
How come you have to keep your puppies put up, Angie? The only trouble I'll have with Rocky if I take him to a meetup is he'll be trying to love on every woman there. And he loves women. He likes guys pretty good, but he loves women.
I think the problem at Michigan was Jocks. He's a little bit high strung. Hey, Lillian.
Hello, Miss Lillian. How you doing? Well, that's like Nate. He got them two dogs. He just got completely different personalities.
Yeah, one of them is totally loving and outgoing. The other one, she don't like motherfuckers at all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You're scared and wanted to get a fight from him. Well, that's one thing about Rocky. Now I can snap that leash on him, and he don't tug on that leash or nothing. He'll stay right there. He's pretty well mannered on that. Well, you believe we've been on here an hour and a half already?
Yeah, I can actually.
I looked up the clock. I thought, damn. Well, now it's like Rocky, and if he was acting up, he'd get put up too. When I went to that Lollapalooza, I had that Harley of mine with a sidecar on it, and I had a karaoke deal that fit on the back that Yorkie rode in. And so everybody remembered me because I pulled up in there and that dog had his head sticking up. He done rode that motorcycle with me all the way up. Mm. I could make a comment on that, but I'm not going to. These ladies in here don't cut me no slack at all, Cookie.
Ron Humps Legs Janice. Damn. Diane, what did he do?
I don't know.
That's not even right, lady.
Yeah, some dogs are like that.
I don't want to know that well at all.
Yeah. Well, you know,
You got to come up here and protect me from these girls.
only advantage about running your own room, they can't kick you out of the damn room anyway.
I guess.
Oh. Oh, well, that's a good one to shut this thing down on, I guess. Oh, Cookie, I appreciate you coming up tonight. It makes it a whole lot easier when somebody comes up.
All right. I'm always game. I just ain't always sober.
Yeah, I understand. I tell you what, you get up there and just run your mouth for an hour and a half or 2 hours. If you'd have told me I could have even done that when I first started this, I'd have called you a liar. Yeah.
Oh, I can run my mouth. There ain't no problem with that.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Later.